Buenas a todos. Otro viernes más con el Star Citizen Live. Y bueno, en este Star Citizen Live nos van a hablar acerca de cómo hacen los efectos de sonido, en este caso para algunas armas. ¿Ok? Así que dentro vídeo.
We didn't get the intro. We went too soon. We went through the. Do it again. Play it again. Ah, that's the stuff. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Star Citizen Live, making sound effects. I'm Jared Huckabee. We are here with Barney Orem from the UK audio team in our wonderful. What is this room? Tell us what this room is, Barney.
This is our dedicated space for making sounds and listening to sounds. It's a surround sound room, and it's got all this fancy treatment on, so it sounds really nice in here.
It's nice. This room has what's the name of this room?
It's called Apollo.
Apollo.
Ok, bueno, al principio hacen una pequeña coña de que pusieron la intro pero sin la intro completa y que era muy pronto y tal y todo eso. Y simplemente pues ahora nos están presentando la habitación. Que la habitación donde está pues tiene unas características que pues como que está revestida para poder trabajar con el sonido y demás. Y que la habitación se llama Apolo.
God of. What was Apollo the god of? We had this conversation before and I've forgotten it.
Yeah.
Bueno, que Apolo era el dios de algo que está buscando.
No, it was named after our Apollo medevac spaceship, which was in turn named after the Apollo, son of Zeus, god of Paul's.
That's the one.
Oh, so if you've never seen Star Citizen Live before, this is our weekly live stream at the end of the week where we take some time out of our schedules to share some of the Star Citizen development process with you, whether that's a Q&A about a specific topic or what we're doing today in our Gamedev segment. We are here with Barney Orem, and we are going to go through the process. We're not going to skip anything. This is going to be a 14-hour live stream where we go through the entire process of creating sound effects for FPS weapons.
That's right.
Bueno, está diciendo que bueno que la sala se llamaba también Apolo y que fue nombrada antes de la salida de la nave, de la nave médica, la Apolo R6. Y luego dijo pues unas cuantas coñas ahí y tal, y que bueno, que como siempre pues que están haciendo un Star Citizen Live donde van a responder las preguntas y tal, y todo eso, y que dijo que el stream iba a durar 40 horas, pero evidentemente está de coña.
I was lying about the 14 hours. I just wanted to see what your reaction was. All right, so why don't we just get started? Let's jump into
No, 14 horas, 14 horas
let's,
dijo.
let's bring the screen up to full here. What do we got? Now this is what are we looking at? This is an FPS feature test level.
Yeah, so this is a test level, and this has all of our weapons in.
Es un nivel de pruebas.
These are all of the weapons that are currently.
Tanto a las armas ahí que están trabajando ahora mismo con ellas.
Weapons that we have been working on for 3.6. So I can hop here into the game, and you can see this is the KLWE Lumen SMG. And
Esa es la
weapon. KLWE is the.
Esta es la Klaus & Werner, la Lumin, la nueva arma que han sacado, ¿no? Que está aquí. Esta pues es la Gemini S38. No, la Bering S38. Bering S38.
Abbreviation for Klaus & Werner.
Klaus & Werner, yes, sorry. And this is the.
I just wanted to look like I knew something.
And this is the Bering.
Bering, yeah.
S38 ballistic pistol. And this is where this kind of little space here, we've got a little firing range which you may have seen in ATV and things like that. This is where we kind of.
Dice que es la zona donde disparan, donde hay diferentes distancias para disparar y demás.
This is where we fire our guns, as you can hear there, and see how they sound and make them sound as awesome as we can.
Let me hear that sound again. Okay, now this is the sound that's actually attached to it in 3.6.
Este es el sonido que está actualmente en el juego.
So what are we going to do today?
So what we're going to do is we are going to take all the sounds away that I've made for this, and we're going to make a sound completely from scratch.
Okay. I was thinking about this earlier. I was like, a big part of the sound effects of a weapon are the characteristics of the weapon itself. But I feel like the ammunition has to play some part in it.
Bueno, está comentando de que lo que van a hacer en este Star Citizen Live va a ser quitar el sonido que tiene el arma, que ya está puesto para el juego, y hacerlo desde cero. Y Discolando comenta que siempre he pensado que, bueno, aparte de que la personalidad o el sonido característico de cada arma, que la munición también debería de jugar un papel a la hora de realizar el sonido.
I wanted to put a question to the chat. We won't do this right away, but we'll do it next. I want you to think, chat, about what type of ammunition we're going to put in this ballistic weapon here. And we're going to challenge Barney to create a sound effect to match that type of ammunition. But before we get to that, you show us your process.
Está diciendo de que en el chat escribamos qué tipo de munición queremos que tenga la pistola a la gente que estaba viendo el tema, y que luego pues como que será un reto para el desarrollador, pues el tratar de, bueno, el desarrollador, el técnico de audio para hacer un sonido que cuadre con ese tipo de munición.
Yeah, so
Chicken noises. No studio edit. Bad.
So
Sonido de pollos, no gracias.
Have seen before. We use this software here called Wise. This is the nice thing for audio people to use.
I believe it's pronounced wise.
Yes. Wise.
Wise.
And that allows us to put our sounds into something that then will go into the game.
Dice que este programa, que se llama Wise, que es sabio, ¿no? Pues dice que es un programa utilizado por la gente que maneja el tema del audio y que permite, pues, como particionar los audios que luego van o sea, un sitio donde partir para luego poner los audios en el juego.
And what we're looking at here is all of the different layers that represent the gun we just heard. So what I can do is
Está dividido en diferentes capas y de lo que podemos oír.
We just connect to the game like this.
This is the part
So what I've just done is soloed what we call the main layer of the weapon. We call it a summed layer. It sounds like that.
So that's without the environmental effects, without the echo that we were hearing before.
Exactly.
Digamos que lo que han hecho ha sido aislar el sonido del arma, y esto es lo que sonaría el arma sin ningún tipo de entorno alrededor ni nada.
Exactly, yeah. So that's just a kind of punchy sound and a bit of a kind of crack for the
Tiene como un poquito de sonido de
I don't know, the kind of
con garra y un poco de crack también.
thing that happens. And then if we jump back over to the Wise, we can listen to some of the other layers. Okay. Sorry, I don't even know how to use our own software. So here is the environment sounds, as we just mentioned. So if I solo that, we can hear the sound of the gun making reflections.
Claro, dice que lo que ha hecho ahora mismo ha sido aislar, en vez del sonido propio del arma, el sonido solo del entorno, y así podemos escuchar los reflejos del sonido, la reverberación.
The environment. So we're in quite a small environment here. If I just run out into this room here, it's a slightly bigger sound.
So this,
Y como es más grande, pues escucha más, ¿no? Más.
The first time we were hearing the sound of the actual bullet being shot, we're hearing what the environment adds to it right now.
Exactly, yeah.
Isolated. Okay.
Yeah.
Claro, solo estamos escuchando lo que sería el sonido añadido del entorno, nada más.
We can listen to those together. So if we go back to this event here, and we go to this, we solo that as well. So now we're hearing that main layer and this reflection.
Ahora escuchan los dos sonidos, el sonido principal del arma y el reflejo del sonido.
So I saw a number of layers there.
Yes.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7.
Yes.
Okay.
So these are sounds for the mechanical parts of the gun. So if I solo that, we can hear these. Just sounds like a kind of metal click. It's supposed to be representative of the movement of the.
Estamos escuchando como un sonido que es como un clic metálico que representa lo que es el funcionamiento mecánico del arma, ¿no?
the gun as it fires.
Hmm.
And let's see what the layers we have on here. This is sweetener. This is for when the gun is at distance. We have different sounds that play just to make it interesting and natural sounding. And this final layer is our LFE layer, and that is a dedicated layer that goes straight to the subwoofer. For anyone that's playing with a subwoofer.
Vale, dice que está diciendo que aquí como que tiene varias capas, ¿no? Que sería como teniendo en cuenta la distancia también. Y a mayores, este último sonido, el LFE, que sería para aquellas personas que tengan un sistema surround, un subwoofer, como que le mete ahí un sonidote ahí al subwoofer, ¿no? Para darle presencia.
Or with a surround system, it's just a kind of low bass thump that makes the whole thing sound bigger and yeah, weightier.
Right. Okay, so I was going to make an artificial sweetener joke here, but I didn't. Congratulations. All right, so where do we go from here?
So what we can do is we can open up our audio editing software, which is just there.
Ya están abriendo el
And,
sonido, o
what
sea,
we can
el
do
editor de
is start
sonido.
making our brand new sound for this weapon. So what I'll do, I have captured a very quick video of that exact weapon being fired. Oh, okay. Maybe I didn't. That's all right. We can.
Está diciendo que capturó un vídeo sobre una arma que había sido disparada, pero que parece ser que finalmente que no lo capturó. Y bueno, pues esto simplemente es un editor en donde va a empezar a trabajar a unir los audios y demás.
Just make it on the fly. So what I'll start off by doing is taking.
Who is it?
Taking a sound like that, which is kind of like a punchy, bassy sound. So it kind of represents that very initial.
Bueno, están pidiendo como un sonido que tiene como con garras y con algo de base para poder empezar a construir el tema. Que estaba Lando bromeando de que preguntando quién era, ¿no? Como si fuera una puerta.
Like thump that you get from firing a weapon. So let's have a listen to that in here. So it doesn't sound like much, but what we can then do is try and find a recording of a weapon. So let me just type in.
Entonces ahora le van a añadir la grabación de un arma que parece que no nos suena mucho, pero como que le van a ir añadiendo más cosas, ¿no?
We can see what we can find. I'm searching here in our library of sounds.
Está buscando en la librería de sonidos que tiene por ahí.
See if we can find something that's appropriate. So I'm just going to audition some sounds. So these are recordings of pistols being shot.
You can't see it right now, but on the other screen, you kind of see it in the. We're looking through a sound library here.
Yeah. So what I've done now is dragged that sound in, and we can see it here now in my session. And we can play those two layers together like this.
Entonces dice que bueno, que está pillando varias armas, también discutiendo diciendo que si se veía algo de la pantalla, porque bueno. Y luego el tema es que dice pues que claro, que lo que hace es mezclar las dos capas, ¿no? Esta y esta, pues y empieza pues a reproducir, lo estás viendo.
Kind of sounds like a weapon.
Empieza a sonar como una pistola, ¿no? Se empieza a parecer.
This transient layer. It sounds slightly less punchy. We can do more interesting things like delay the.
Vale, como no suena con tanta garra, están como retrasando el otro audio para que se escuche con más garra, ¿no? Con más peso.
Sound a bit more punchy. Let's see what other weapons, what other sounds we can layer in here.
Está buscando más audios.
Oh wow,
That's quite cool. So that's quite an aggressive sound there.
Sonido agresivo.
What I'll do is just layer
Que
that
acaba de
in
meter ahora.
with the rest of the sound, just to give it a bit of bite.
Va a darle un poco de pegada, como de mordisco.
So that sounds quite good to me. What I'm going to do is trim off this bit here, just so it doesn't have that kind of. It sounded like it was being fired outside.
it had its own environmental effects added to it. We're going to do that.
Yes, yeah, we're going to do that ourselves. So I mean that's obviously very
Han modificado la curva como para tratar de hacer que suene como si estuviera disparada fuera al aire libre, ¿no?
very quick, but that's kind of a basic representation of that that kind of main layer.
Eso es lo que tenemos ahora es lo que sería la presentación de la capa principal.
Sound there a bit. And what we'd usually do is make a bunch of different variations of this.
Lo que hace es hacer varias variaciones. Normalmente.
Other recordings that are similar, that have similar kind of character and things like that, and combine them in. But
Lo que hacen es como pillar esto y hacen varias muestras y luego pues tratar de buscar armas o cosas que se le parezcan con las mismas características para tratar armas que tengan las mismas características o parecidas para tratar de hacer así variaciones, ¿no?
what I can do quick and easy is just change the pitch.
Imagino tratar de encontrar un sonido lo más adecuado posible a lo que buscan.
Similar, but a little bit different, a tiny bit different. So there's our kind of body layer. Let's make.
Eso sería la capa del cuerpo, la capa que sería principal, ¿no? Formado por esas tres capas.
Library again.
Now we've got the library on a second screen here. We're not showing you the library because there's some Squadron 42 stuff, and and for the sake of organization, some of these are named very clearly what they are. So we're protecting your story fidelity here.
Yes.
What are we looking at now?
So these are little kind of clicky sounds that
Oh.
have been made with pistols and things.
Bueno, básicamente que no enseñan lo que hay en la pantalla en la librería porque tienen información sensible, que imagino que todavía no habrá salido, que tiene nombres añadidos o lo que sea. Y bueno, pues que no lo van a enseñar. Aunque eso al final, yo creo que se podría sacar haciendo... Eso se puede sacar, lo que aparece ahí. No lo sé. No sé si hay la resolución suficiente, ¿no?
I liked these ones we heard earlier. That sounds good. Let's try that. So what we tend to do with these mechanical sounds is delay it after the kind of.
Me trata como de poner...
And then there's the physical mechanism moves and things like that.
Right.
Claro, están haciendo como retrasar un poco el sonido de la mecánica del arma, el mecanismo, de tal manera que tú disparas primero y luego entra el sonido del mecanismo, ¿no?
Sounds a bit more rewarding when it's after the main kind of stuff has happened.
Suena como más gratificante cuando suena como más gratificante si dejas el sonido de la mecánica como más para la derecha, ¿no? En este caso.
I think that sound is maybe a bit dry, so let's try to find something else.
That's definitely a sound of somebody dropping their gun.
Que eso suena como alguien tirando el arma.
That sounds good. Let's try that. So I'm going to add a little fade there and then layer it in. So you can hear those on their own, they sound like that. With the rest of the sound, they sound like that. We could try playing around with the timing of this a little bit.
Que puede tratar de jugar un poco con el tiempo de las de abajo. Está haciendo ajustes, digamos.
We don't know which one was the dropping one. I was like, can we throw the dropping one in there and make it sound like if I were the one handling the weapon?
We may be able to find it. They're all named non-specifically, unfortunately.
Yeah, these ones are non-specifically named after. I just went through that whole thing about how the other ones are very specifically named.
Yes.
That's right.
Están tratando de encontrar un sonido concreto, pero que no todos tienen una descripción acorde al sonido exacta, ¿no? Como tenía el otro.
So what we could do from here is, what I would usually do is I like to we kind of share the environmental sounds with different weapons. So like a pistol has a similar kind of environmental sound to another pistol that is a similar size.
Dice que puede compartir, bueno, es la otra, por cierto, que puede compartir ciertos sonidos las pistolas pueden convertir ciertos sonidos en el sentido al sonido ambiente, ¿no? Que una pistola en el ambiente puede sonar parecido, o sea, el eco, ¿no? El reflejo que puede sonar parecido a otra, que puede compartir en cierto momento.
As weapons, so we kind of share that
Mhm.
that sound. So what I can do here is have a little look in our hierarchy here, and we can take one of the existing pistol environment layers.
Está pidiendo, de hecho, una capa de una pistola ya
take it from
hecha.
So we want, say, interior small, and I'm going to find the WAV. I'm going to bring it into Reaper, like that, and then like that. So now this is the environment sound. I'm just going to turn it down because it's quite loud.
Dice que lo va a bajar porque está muy alto. Y
So
bueno,
this
ese
is
es el
just,
sonido ambiente.
a gun being fired in a kind of small interior space.
Está reproduciendo ahora mismo el sonido de como si fuera el arma disparada en un lugar interior con un pequeño espacio, ¿no?
And we can now layer that in here and see how it might sound in the game. Oopsie daisy. That's a bit loud. Let's turn it down a bit. Again.
Está modificando
So if we mute that, we can hear it with that.
Está modificando el volumen, ¿no? Porque está demasiado alto.
So yeah, you can hear it kind of, you know, describes that space a bit.
This is I'm having like this powerful urge to go to the shooting range. One of the questions from the chat says, "Does repeating sounds like gunshots while developing get tiring? Do you ever get? Does the sound ever just like get tedious and you're just like?"
It certainly does. Yeah. Especially when it's, you know, like an automatic gun that fires a lot. Yeah, I really try to take breaks and to do other things, not to do it constantly, because it obviously it is fatiguing to your ears and also possibly damaging if you listen to that for too long. So
Está comentando de que si alguna vez se cansa o tiene, pues acaba hasta las pelotas de hacer estos sonidos de arma, ¿no? Dice que en caso de que, por ejemplo, esté un arma de repetición, que a veces que tiene que tomar un descanso y que incluso puede ser dañino para los oídos, ¿no? Que a veces cambia y empieza a hacer otras cosas, ¿no?
Work on it for small periods of time and then give my ears a rest and then come back to it. Typically, that's how I work.
Claro, que le da un descanso a los oídos de vez en cuando y luego vuelve al tema.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever had to record to add to a game sound?
I've
These are the
actually
questions that are coming in the chat.
okay. I made a bunch of recordings last year of like a plunger going into various liquids. Yogurt sounded awesome. Like wallpaper paste that you put wallpaper up with, and they just make kind of squelchy squelchy noises that are wonderful for sci-fi. You know,
Dice que le he preguntado si ha tenido que cuáles han sido las cosas más raras que ha tenido que grabar, ¿no? Para importar el audio. Y que ha tenido que grabar yogur y papel pegado en la pared, o papel de pared, ¿no?
You add a bit of kind of processing and stuff to that, and it can sound really interesting.
Dice que puede sonar, que suena un poco extraño y que a la hora de procesarlo que es interesante, ¿no? Ese audio.
Okay, well, let's see what we
What does
do.
it sound like if it fires a plunger?
There's actually a really nice few recordings that I know of. See if we
This
can
was not
find one.
rehearsed. This, honestly, he had no idea what was going to happen on this. You guys asked the question, he gave the plunger answer, and I'm like, yeah, let's do plunger, without knowing whether he could actually do it or not.
Let me just bear with me.
I'll also accept some kind of fruit, like a grapefruit or a banana. Question from the chat said, what is the career path that led you to make gun sounds? Now, you don't.
¿Cuál es el...? O sea, ¿cómo partiste, de dónde partiste para acabar haciendo sonidos de armas?
Just make gun sounds. This is just what we're doing today.
Yeah, I mean, have always been interested, not much, admittedly, in guns themselves, but just in guns in games. That I think that there's a real art to making them sound really cool. And when I came to CIG, it was something that I was quite interested in working on, and I've been lucky enough to do a bit of that in my time here.
Okay.
Está comentando de que no específicamente no sonidos de armas, no es que le gusten las armas específicamente, ¿no? Pero sí le gustan las armas de los videojuegos y que cuando vino a ZIG vio una oportunidad de dedicarse a hacer ese tipo de sonido.
Okay, hold on. Hold on.
Shall we have a listen to some
Okay,
of these?
now go ahead and drag this over. This is safe. There's nothing here. Drag this over. Barney has driven us to a library called Twisted Tools. And these are your options, chat.
Vale, esta librería se llama, por lo visto, librería de cosas enrevesadas, Twisted Tools, ¿no? Y dice que, bueno, que la arrastrara porque no tiene nada que pueda ser un leak.
I want to see it in the Twitch chat right now. You tell us which of these should be the basis for our...
Shall we have a listen to some of these?
What is... All right.
There's one here called Diarrhea.
Bueno, está comentando de que la gente del chat escoja sonidos para hacer una base, pero bueno, al final no se va a hacer porque en realidad es un poco locura empezar a escoger y ya saco.
Why do you have to start with diarrhea?
Hay uno que es diarrea, que lo están ahí poniendo.
That was Diarrhea. This one is called Dog Lick.
La mira de perro.
When I started this job in early 2015, I knew it wouldn't be long before the phrase, "This is diarrhea," was uttered on one of my broadcasts. It only took 4.5 years, Barney.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I'm actually really interested to see what...
Está diciendo Discolando que cuando empezó en el 2015 que no se pensaba que en uno de esos directos iba a hablar sobre sonidos de diarrea.
Gross pants is...
That was a mistake. All right. Give me some cheese tart.
Cheese tart.
Never mind. That's not what that
No sé qué de queso, no sé qué coño es. El cheese tart, no sé qué es.
I thought it was like a Danish or something. What is...
No, cheese tart is like, like a cheese tart.
Like a Danish.
Oh,
That was not the sound a Danish makes.
well, it sounds like... shall we listen to it one
Sí,
more
son
time?
como...
No.
Son como... el cheese tart es como mini galletitas de queso, ¿no? Es algo pequeñito así, en plan del tamaño de mi mano y eso queso. Y dice el tío que no se parece nada, que se parece a galletas danesas.
No. All right.
Are you regretting...
Que son galletas danesas, que no tiene
Yes.
sentido el sonido de...
Yes. All right. Find something that doesn't sound like a bodily secretion, please.
They may all, actually.
Que busque algo que no suene como una secreción.
Let's just type in plunger and see what we can find. Sorry, everybody.
Hi, Tyler. How you doing?
Okay. Nice. That's actually quite an interesting
There you go.
sound.
Let's go with that.
Dice que... el disco ya pone cara de
I
loco.
like that.
Dice que es un sonido interesante, vamos a pillar eso. Dice, sí, vamos con eso ya. Acaba,
What
¿no?
we can do with this is we can just turn it up a little bit, and maybe if we mute a few layers, it might be able to work its way into the sound in some way. That's not bad. That could be like a grenade launcher or something like that.
Dice que no está mal, que puede ser como un lanzagranadas o algo de eso.
Just wondering if I'm going to get to do a show next week or not. If there's no SEL next week, it's not because of this.
Bueno, fijaros en esto, que esto no lo están diciendo, pero lo explico yo rápido. Estoy algo acostumbrado a hacer estas historias. Mira, esto de aquí es para el volumen, ¿vale? Esta tecla es para el mute, ¿no? Para que no suene, Ahí lo tenéis que está en mute. Y esto es para el solo, para que solo se escuche esto en teoría.
I like
Plop.
that. Yeah, there we go. Well, what I can show you is the process of getting this now into the game. Shall we do that? So, what I'll do is export this sound from Reaper.
Vale, lo va a exportar.
So we do that like this. And then I go render. And I'll just show it over here. I do live stream weapon. And I've got a folder set up already for that to go into. That all looks good. Let's do that.
Estáis viendo que estaba, bueno, que lo he hecho más pequeño, imagino para, no sé, para ahorrar tiempo para cualquier historia. Pero visteis que por defecto estaba grabando en 24 bits, según parece. No, habría que confirmar si la calidad del audio es así. Que lo está haciendo en 48.000 hercios y en estéreo, ¿no? No sé si eso cambiará luego o cómo lo harán, ¿no?
And then like that. There we go. So now we go over here to Wise. And again, I've got a little folder for us here ready to go. And let me just grab the sound from there.
Pillamos el sonido de ahí, que lo está pillando, lo está arrastrando.
That's why it's not working.
Hmm.
I'm gonna just grab.
So, from the live chat, did CIG sound designers capture weapon shots from live plungers, or were they all synthetically created?
From live plungers.
I'm sorry, from live cheese tarts.
Si los sonidos que captura Zig son de tartas de tartitas de queso o que de dónde lo sacan, ¿no? Si capturan, si hacen tartitas de queso ellos mismos para hacer el audio.
No cheese tarts have been harmed in the making of Star Citizen.
I still don't understand how we got to that sound from a Danish. Continue.
Bueno, que no se han gastado recursos en hacer eso en Star Citizen.
We certainly do, yeah. We do recording sessions, in the studio. We are all kind of recording stuff around our houses and things like that as much as we can to make interesting sounds. We do a few kind of big sessions from time to time. We did a really interesting session recently recording some chemical reactions.
Mm-hmm.
Dice que tienen como sesiones de vez en cuando y a veces sesiones más grandes, incluso que graban sonidos de reacciones químicas y demás.
Which will make their way into the game at some point.
Que pasarán al juego, que entrarán al juego en alguna manera, en alguna altura del juego entrarán.
And really interesting thing to do.
Okay, so we have our live stream weapon here.
Yes, so with a bit of luck, this should just play. Yes, there we go. So now what I have to do is put that into an event, and again I've made an event right here for that to go into.
Dice que luego lo arrastra evento, que tiene event ID que pone ahí.
The bank. And then while that's doing that, I'm gonna restart the editor.
Va a reiniciar el editor y va a poner el sonido que ha hecho ahora mismo.
What sound has been the hardest to get right?
¿Qué sonido ha sido el que más difícil le ha costado hacer? ¿Cuál sonido le ha costado más?
That I've worked on, or generally for Star Citizen?
Let's start with what you've worked on.
Interestingly, actually, we for a long time really struggled getting the sound of distant weapons being fired to sound right. We kind of went through
el sonido de las armas a distancia que suenen correctamente.
Trying to figure it out. And in fact, for this patch for 3.6, we've been focusing on that and really trying to put realistic sounding distant weapon fire into the game, and losing my voice. And I think it sounds a lot better than it did. It used to not sound as good, for sure.
Bueno, se está muriendo el hombre. Dice que suenan mejor de lo que hacían las armas a distancia y que están trabajando en eso.
You okay?
Yeah. I've got something caught in my throat.
Y que era una de las cosas más difíciles, ¿no? de hacer.
It's okay. If I might survive cheese tart, I won't survive if I kill a developer. Oh, that would be a first. Or would it?
Está bromeando Lando que si sobrevivió al tema de la tortita de queso esa, que sobrevivirá a matar a un desarrollador y que puede que no sea el último.
All right, what are we doing now?
So now we're waiting here for the banks to build, and that usually takes a second or two. Thank you. That would be wonderful.
There you go. They're just thinking that we could hear the effect on them. No, leave it up.
Se están partiendo de que se
This is
escucha el
sound effect.
efecto de
Get some live
que el
forward
fulano
here.
bebe, ¿no? Y que se escucha todo bien.
You
Thank
good?
you. Yeah.
No, this is yours now. We'll keep this here.
Okay. So we've built the bank, and now we can. Let's just have a look at DataForge. So what we can do is take the event that we've made here and go to the event like that. Oh, I might have to reopen DataForge. So we've made our event and we've built the event, and we're now going to put it into our DataForge editor thingy.
DataForge is the database of basically all things Star Citizen, all the connections between files, everything that makes up a unique asset like a ship. You know, all the different parts, the VFX, the...
Dice que dice Lando que el Data Force, esto que estamos viendo, que es donde convergen todas las diferentes cosas que van metiendo al juego, ¿no? Que todo va aquí. Y es como donde está la base de datos del juego, todo lo gordo, ¿no? Y que es como, lo estás viendo como si fuera una nave, ¿no? Que pues, si pensamos una nave con sus partes, pues que las partes serían los efectos especiales o pues imágenes, lo que sea, ¿no? Pues todo va a través de esto.
Sound effects, they're all linked through DataForge.
Exactly.
What kind of process do these sounds go through to be approved and implemented in the game itself after you've completed one?
Yeah, we kind of have an audio review process where myself and the director Darren and Phil, the lead sound designer, will sit down and listen to the guns in game, and usually they'll give me some feedback on how they could be better and improved and things like that. And we also, I work as part of the weapons pipeline, so we kind of have regular review gates where we all sit down as a team, all of the departments, and kind of look at a weapon and say, how could this be better? How could this be...
Está comentando de cómo se aseguran de que cuando salga un arma sale con los resultados esperados. Y dice que pues que hacen como una especie de revisión de audio en el que él queda con los compañeros de trabajo, uno de ellos Phil, ¿no? Y tal. Y que también forma parte de la línea de trabajo de él, forma parte de la línea de trabajo de armas. Entonces allí como que también pues toman decisiones a ese respecto, ¿no? Si eso está quedando bien y tal.
improved.
Cómo se pueden
And
mejorar.
often audio is a part of that. People say, oh, you know, it sounds like there's something missing from the reload, or maybe the shot sound could be a bit more like this or like this.
Claro, ahí donde la gente dice que si hay algún, por ejemplo, falta un sonido de la recarga o creo que esto podía sonar de esta manera o de otra, ¿no? Que ahí comparten también, pues en su entorno de trabajo pues tiene recursos, ¿no? De gente que le va dando feedback.
So that's quite a nice way for me not to be just working on stuff and saying, I think it's done when it's done. It's, you know, lots of people are collaborating to say, you know, this could be more like this or it could be better. Yeah. So I'm just going to take that event that we made and put that into DataForge like that. Let's just save that. And now we have to open up the editor, which will take a second to open.
Let's go ahead and bring DataForge on over here. So let's see. You guys said doo-doo? We said doo-doo? I'm just catching up with the chat at this point right here. Let's see, what else do we got? How do you make sounds like gunshots or explosions feel loud without actually blowing up people's ears?
Yeah, that's actually a really, really interesting question. We kind of do a lot of
Me está preguntando qué pasa con los sonidos de las explosiones, ¿no? El tema del volumen o de para que no te reviente los oídos de la gente, ¿no? Cómo hacen, ¿no?
interesting processing that involves what we call dynamics, which is the difference between the quietest part of a sound and the loudest. And what we can do is squash the dynamics that make a sound really loud without actually being, you know, ear-splittingly loud to listen to.
Dice que tienen como una especie de movida que le llaman dynamics, ¿no? Que es dinámicos, que es como una... Acotan, ¿no? Acotan el audio de tal manera de que se aseguran de que no salga de unos márgenes determinados y aunque suene alto, lo sonamos elevado, que sea algo soportable por nuestro oído.
And also things like the frequency content of a sound can really have a big impact on whether it sounds loud or not. For example, bass frequencies are really useful to make a sound feel big, you know, because things in real life that have natural bass frequencies are usually very large. So that's one way that we achieve that.
Otra manera es trabajar con las frecuencias, es decir, que las frecuencias también cambian la sensación del sonido, ¿no? De esa sensación de que puede ser un sonido muy potente, que es algo que se encuentra de forma natural, ¿no?
Okay.
Que lo vemos en la naturaleza y tal.
But I mean, that is for sure a challenge, and we don't want to hurt anyone's ears by making stuff horribly loud without, without actually being loud.
Okay.
So I'm loading up the editor.
Colin, in these times, it's okay to go back to the full screen camera. We're just not really showing big load screen here. All right, so are we in now? All right, we're back in.
Yes, so with a bit of luck, we should now hear our sound on this gun.
Tienen el sonido que hicieron
So that was the
antes.
sound that we've
Ahí
made
está.
now. Let's just check and see that it's the same one.
I don't feel like that's different enough to tell.
I think what we're hearing is there's a little bit of environmental sound.
Sí, lo que está escuchando ahora mismo es el sonido del ambiente, dice.
Like this.
Hay como una pequeña diferencia, ¿no? Ahí.
To hear it on its own. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Oopsie daisy.
Está aislando otra vez el sonido. Ahí está, tal cual.
So there's that sound that we made. As you can hear, it is a bit quieter.
Que como escuchar que es un poco más bajo, está un poco más volumen bajo, ¿no?
Go back into Reaper.
Claro, es que si al final efectivamente puedes acabar con el oído taladrado, o sea, como tienes que tomar descansos, porque si no...
What's this one up here? What's this one down here? All right, that's not what I thought that was going to be at all.
Está probando sonidos aleatorios.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that.
Bring it in. I want some. I don't have the fidelity of hearing that you have. Like, I can't hear the difference between our dry plunger and what we were doing before, but I feel like if we do this plunger,
Okay.
we will hear the difference.
Well, let's export that then, and we can.
Let's hear it before we export it. What's this sound like?
Me está diciendo Orlando que no escucha, que no puede escuchar la diferencia, que no tiene la calidad de los oídos del compañero. Y que en este caso sí que como que puede escuchar el rollo este de desagüe, ¿no? La diferencia.
Let me see it. Yeah, let's do this.
Okay.
Bueno, desagüe, salpicadura, no sé.
Nice. That's a punchy sound.
Sonido con
That's
garra.
the word for it.
Oh, that's just.
It just, I don't know. I couldn't hear the difference, and not to say that there wasn't the difference there. It's just there's a reason I got out of the audio business in the late 90s.
Dice que es una de las razones, el no poder escuchar lo que escucha el compañero, pero no tener esa calidad, es una de las razones por las que se salió del negocio del audio en el pasado.
And that is there, so we can bring that over here into Wise. Let's just delete that and add in our plunger gunshot. And then go over to our event like that and drag in our sound. And then we do the process again. Build the bank. And then...
All right, so let's do more questions while that's doing there.
Let's go for it.
What else do we got here? Remember, you can submit your questions with the word question surrounded by brackets. That'll help us pull it out from here. How much extra work does it take to adjust sounds to different environments or are there tools that automate the process?
¿Cuán difícil es adaptar el sonido a diferentes entornos? ¿O hay una herramienta que hace el proceso automático?
Yeah, so we kind of we have, I think, 8 environments that we define in the game. For example, a weapon, and they have reverbs that sounds are sent to, and also for the guns, we like to make or use a recording of a gun being fired in a space because it's a lot more realistic sounding. So we kind of, as I said, use kind of shared sounds for similar weapon types. And sometimes we'll make new ones when we make a weapon. Sometimes we'll use ones that have already been made. So in that sense, yeah, there is existing work, and it is, a fairly quick process. It makes iterating, much faster.
Dice que a la hora de realizar ese tipo de trabajo, que como que hay sonidos que ya están hechos, que a veces hacen ellos el sonido, pero el pillar un sonido ya de una pistola o de un arma que ya ha sido, o sea, que ya ha sido grabado, que hace hay como como un gran abanico, ¿no? de material y que también hace ese proceso más rápido, ¿no? Para ellos.
We asked you before what the hardest sound to get right was, and you gave me your answer. What about for the entire team?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I think we spent a while on the mining laser that was on the Prospector, and I think that was quite a tricky one to get right, and it took a few iterations to get there. And I think it sounds quite good now in the game. The planets or the moons, sorry, it took us a few attempts to get those kind of sounding as organic as they do now.
Está diciendo como equipo cuáles fueron así los jodidos, ¿no? Él dice pues el tema del láser de minería, que fue algo interesante, o sea, que fue algo como complicado de calibrar, ¿no? Y en tema de los planetas, que tuviera esa sensación de sonido orgánico, que también fue algo de difícil de lograr, de atinar bien, ¿no?
I mean,
what does a mining laser sound like? Like how do you compare it to? What do you compare it to in the real world?
Exactly. Well, not much really.
Claro, ¿con qué comparas un láser minero
like that, it's
en la vida real, ¿no? Para saber si está haciéndolo bien.
really a question of, not when is it sounding realistic, it's more when does it feel good to use in the game.
Claro, no es acerca de si suena realista, sino si se siente bien el sonido, ¿no? Cuando estás en el juego.
So are we loaded up here?
We are. Let's see if we have success. Moment of truth.
Oh, let it go.
There it is.
Now we've saved this in DataForge, so if 3.6 were to go live right this minute, would this be the sound effect that would go live?
Yeah.
Claro, está diciendo que me han enviado el tema al Dataforce, entonces que ahora mismo si esto fuera al live, que iría con este sonido, le está preguntando, descolando, y el tío le dice que sí.
Well, yeah.
All right, so we're gonna have to probably change this back, but let's put it off changing it.
Dice que lo tendrá que cambiar más tarde.
Let's look at the other weapon we got. Let's just leave this here and we'll change it back.
Que pille el otro arma y que se lo recordará.
I'll remind you.
I'll leave it there. So this is the Clausen Werner Lumen. This is actually a really interesting weapon because it fires in bursts that also are looping at the same time. So that it's kind of like the designers call it like galloping. It sounds like it's galloping when it's firing.
Vale, entiendo que dice que está galopando. Galloping será galopar. Bueno, pues eso, que está disparando como ráfaga, así que es un arma interesante para hacer el sonido.
Yeah, and for this one, it's an energy weapon, but we kind of wanted to avoid the kind of traditional
Pew pew pew.
pew pew sound.
Claro, dice que es un arma de energía, pero que quiere tratar de evitar el típico sonido del piu piu piu.
We have that on some of our weapons, and it's can get a little bit annoying. So for this, I really wanted to kind of explore a bit of a different stylistic.
Claro, que quería explorar diferentes estilos a la hora de hacer el audio y demás.
Solo some of these elements, you can hear it's quite kind of dramatically different from our other stuff. So bear with me. So here is again, as I said, the kind of the main layer, and this contains the kind of energy sounds. In fact, if I just go deeper,
You find out the energy sounds were within you all along.
yeah. So if we just solo this, you can hear.
Ahora está como separando.
So it's kind of a punchy bass sound at the start, like we did with the pistol, and you can hear this kind of boop boop thing.
Bueno, pues es que no sé si traducir esto, pero es que está diciendo que hay como ese sonido con garra y parecido al de la pistola y con ese bloop bloop cosa.
Which is it's
Madre
just meant to
mía.
be like a flavor. It's not supposed to be
Buena Ray Roger.
particularly overt or kind of characterful. It's just kind of suggesting that there's something happening there. And that was my first iteration, and I thought, you know, it could use something that's a bit more sci-fi. So I made.
Claro, dice que esa como fue la primera
these
iteración que
sounds
tuvo de sonido y que
solo again,
luego pensó en añadirle como más temas de ciencia ficción.
and it's kind of a bit more sci-fi, a bit more kind of not alien, but you know,
Claro que no.
different to ballistic sounding.
Claro, que no que no salía en el sonido ese y no buscaba algo alien, sino algo diferente al balístico, ¿no? A medida que fue progresando y probando cosas.
Those both together, we can hear. Yeah.
Ahí está cuando pone los dos juntos.
Without being kind of pew pew. And then
Y que son interesantes sin ser el piu piu.
if we can just hear now with the environment sound.
Con el entorno, así es
kind
como
of
suena.
sounds almost like a regular gun, but just with that little hint of a kind of energy sci-fi.
Dice que suena como un arma corriente, pero con ese pequeño toque de rollo ciencia ficción, ¿no?
Now we saw in Reaper, when we were doing a single shot ballistic weapon, you were just making one sound effect. This is a semi-automatic. In Reaper, do you have to make the entire semi-automatic string, or do you make one and then the game replicates it?
Yeah, so what we typically do is I'll make maybe 8 to 10 variations of these sounds, and then, well, in fact 5 here, and then the game will take all of these individual sounds and play them in that fast, rapid succession, as you can hear there when it fires. In fact, I might.
Dice que cómo hacen, bueno, en el caso de este arma, que es como una especie de rollo semiautomático, que cómo hacen para disparar el sonido, dice que lo que hacen es que como que dividen en 10 muestras diferentes y que luego que hacen que el juego como que las reproduzca de seguido, ¿no? Y ver cómo suena.
I won't even be able to trigger that. No. There we go. There.
Claro, estarían los dos sonidos juntos de antes.
Kind of individual. Sorry, I can't talk. The 5 individual shots being triggered, and Wise receives information from the game to tell it how quickly to play them, the fire rate.
Bueno, y parece ser que el Wise el programa recibe la información acerca de cuán rápido hacer el sonido consecutivo, ¿no?
So can we alter the sound of the SMG?
We can. Do you want a completely new sound?
Yeah, let's do a completely new sound.
Vale, quieren alterar el sonido de esta SMG y poner algo nuevo.
One of the questions that came in from the chat I thought was interesting. We know our ships, the different ship manufacturers all have different characteristics, different visual characteristics, and they also have different sound characteristics. Do the different weapon manufacturers all have?
Yes. Yeah, in fact, let's go and have a little look. We kind of some of them are sharing styles. Some of them are works in progress. The bearing weapons are kind of like our workhorse, quite realistic sounding. And Klaus and Werner is much more kind of gritty, and we try to make it a bit more kind of dirty and distorted.
Dice que están haciendo la pregunta si las diferentes marcas tienen peculiaridades del sonido añadidas a la marca, igual que los estilos. Y comenta que sí, que tratan de, pues en el caso de Bering, que tratan de hacer un sonido lo más realista posible. En el caso de Klaus and Werner, que como tiene un sonido como más sucio.
No, sorry, Castak Arms is what that's called, not Klaus and Werner.
Castak Arms, vale, la madre que lo parió. Castak Arms, no Klaus and Werner.
This is kind of a bit more like high sci-fi, a bit more clean.
El Klaus and Werner es como más ciencia ficción, más limpio.
Sniper rifle. And what are the other ones? Gemini. We kind of have interpreted this as being, very kind of precisely engineered. So all of the sounds are quite clean and precise.
Claro, dice que en el caso de Gemini, que se supone que tiene una ingeniería así en plan precisa y tal y todo el rollo, que tratan de reflejar eso con el sonido y hacer un sonido que sea limpio y refleje eso, ¿no?
Yeah, but we kind of try to, incorporate a bit of a character, because obviously visually they kind of share similar kind of design characteristics, and we try to do that with the audio as well.
Claro, dice que visualmente que las diferentes casas tienen ciertas características que son similares entre ellas mismas, ¿no? Entonces que tratan también de reflejar eso con el sonido.
SMG. Do we have an explosive thing? Do we have like a rocket launcher here? I don't know what's here.
We've got the railgun.
Got the railgun.
I also have grenades.
Let's do the railgun.
Let's do the railgun.
Está preguntando si tiene algún lanzagranadas o algo de eso y dice el railgun y que pille el railgun y ya está.
I actually recently have been working on the railgun sound, so it's a little different to how it used to be.
Dice que recientemente está trabajando en este sonido y que es un poco diferente de lo que solía ser.
That sounds amazing.
Suena muy bien, sí. Dice que suena increíble, Lando, y tiene toda la razón.
Okay,
Suena de la hostia.
Let's do the charge sound first.
Okay.
Let's do the charge sound.
That's
a
touch more complicated, but we can give it a go. So the charging sounds live here, and that's that one there. So you can hear this is the charge sound that I've designed. Oh,
that's so cool.
Low pass. Let's bring it into Reaper. We can listen to it properly.
That's super cool.
Dice que es super cool. Bueno, pues
Yeah.
no hay que traducir eso, ¿no?
So all of those different kind of layers that you hear when it's charging up there, we kind of have to transition between them, because obviously you can charge it for as long as you want. It's not a set period of time. So that was the sound charging up, and then as it becomes charged, we play this kind of where is it?
Vale, cuando está empezando a cargarse, que pillan ese audio y lo reproducen, esa parte que está...
bear with me. There. Yeah, this kind of bassy, kind of chugging loop, which is kind of meant to represent the power that's present in the weapon.
Vale, ese looping que tiene, que es como que representa el poder que tiene el arma acumulada en el arma, ¿no?
To fire it.
Cuando está ya cargada, que está lista para disparar.
We also have this kind of buzzing tone that rises in pitch as you kind of charge it up more.
Vale, dice que es un tono que va aumentando cuando mueve el rollo hacia la derecha, ¿no?
Yeah.
En plan rollo...
we
zumbido
can have a go at doing the charge sound.
mientras va cargando el arma.
What I'll use is use this as reference, and then we can add some sounds in that are similar.
Yeah, we've only got about 15 minutes left, so this will be the last thing that we do
Okay.
before we're done.
Okay,
Dice que
let's
quedan
give it a
15
go.
minutos, es el último que hagan, y que
So
tienen...
maybe,
utilizando
this
esta
sound from
referencia,
here is quite
utilizando estos audios como referencia, van a montar otra cosa. Roy Roger, hoy no voy a hacer directo, ¿vale?
synthy
No voy a hacer
sound,
gameplay.
so let's just search for synth on our library.
Well, I was thinking we go, if it's synth, we should go organic.
Okay, yeah,
We
we
should,
can go
we should
organic.
go completely 180 degrees the other direction. Let's make things wrong.
Okay, we can make it wrong. Let's do some animal sounds.
Voy a probar
Okay.
con sonidos
How about a
animales.
lion? Let's see what we can get out of a lion.
León, bueno,
Just, you know, for interest's sake. Let's find some nice animals. Yeah, here we go. That sounds like quite an angry lion.
dice que es como un
Hank-
león
Hank,
enfadado.
you were going with that?
Oh, right, what did you think?
Está poniendo ahí león enfadado para el tema del arma, a ver qué sale.
Oopsie daisy. Let's mute that and put that like that, and then that like that. And then like that. So this is, you know, kind of representative of this that start bit. Okay. What else shall we put in there?
Yogurt.
Le van a poner yogur, sonido de yogur.
You said yogurt before, right?
Yeah.
Earlier, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You said what were some of the weirdest things you had to record? You
Is
said yogurt.
Is that how you spell yogurt?
That is not how you spell yogurt, and it's a good thing that screen isn't on the stream right now.
I just
You'd be very embarrassed.
spelled it the way you said it. Is that how you spell yogurt?
Yes, that's how you spell yogurt.
I've got to be careful with playing these because. Nice. Well, let's go for that one then. Let's let's just drag that in. I like that sound actually a lot. Make it a bit louder. Oh, that's the pan end of the lip.
That's
You know, we have some interesting sounds in the library for sure. Now let's just listen to those together. Nice. I think we're getting somewhere. There's another yogurt one. Let's just drag
Bueno,
that
ese
in
es
maybe.
otro sonido de yogur que tienen por ahí. Dice que bueno, que están empezando a conseguir algo ya, ¿no? De lo que quieren.
what were you doing to this yogurt when you were recording it? Like,
Well,
yogurt usually just sits there in a little plastic tin, doesn't do anything.
nice. It's got a bit of cadence. I like that. We could maybe add some interesting effects.
Dice que va a añadir, podría añadir
Sound
como
a bit more sci-fi.
For the
efectos
folks
más
asking, we
interesantes.
record
Podría añadir efectos interesantes. Dice que antes le preguntó qué cojones estaba haciendo cuando estaba comiendo el yogur o lo que sea, ¿no? Porque, bueno, supongo que gárgaras, tiene toda la pinta.
our voice. But no, we're not set up to record here today.
Unfortunately not, although that would be fun.
Estaba preguntando el chat si podían grabar la voz y hacer sonido de armas con la voz, pero que no tienen el equipo requerido necesario para hacer grabación ahí.
Something
Pero que sería
like that.
divertido el hacerlo, ¿no?
Okay. Interesting.
That's what it sounds like.
Oh.
I can't actually talk like Donald Duck.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, this is really what a lot of our job is about.
Mm-hmm.
Finding sounds, playing around with them.
Dice que eso es algo parte del trabajo, ¿no? De buscar sonidos, jugar con ellos
Make them sound interesting.
y buscar algo que cuadre, que suene interesante.
There you go.
Okay. Let's run with that. So now we've got our lions, and we've got our whatever that was, and our yogurt. All right, cool.
Tienen el león, el yogur y lo que fuera que tenían
Letting
antes.
me go to Europe ever again.
I think we should probably get it in the game, really, considering we've only got 10 minutes
Let's
left.
give it let's give it one more grace note at the end.
Okay.
Like we've got the beginning now, and at the end we need another grace note.
Que necesitan otra grandeza y al final, ¿no? Otra cosa más.
What's this one right here?
Comical. If it'll play. It should play.
Parece que no se le reproduce el sonido.
Just thinking about it.
That's why we never listen to me. Nope.
No.
Chalkboard.
Chalk. You sure? Where's that?
Chalkboard.
Chalkboard. Oh, it's being slow tonight for some reason.
It's probably suffering from its better judgment.
Yeah, that could well be the case.
Sorry. All right, that's it. Let's just go with this.
Dale, va a meter ese,
Okay,
parece
so
ser.
let's now let's just select that, and then we'll render it, and we'll call that the charge yogurt, and render it out like that, and then where was it? That one there. So let's just replace that sound, just for the sake of the stream. Oh, I've got it on. Let's connect.
Remember everything that we've done so we can undo it before 3.6 ships.
No, nothing will go into 3.6.
Shh. Not with that attitude, it won't.
Okay, let's just use the other stuff, and we'll generate our banks.
All right. So we know this has to do some processing now. So let's see what questions from the chat. Do you record actual explosions in real life to use?
¿Habéis grabado
Unfortunately,
explosiones
we
en el mundo?
because explosions are,
Awesome.
yeah, they definitely are, but they also are quite difficult to do.
Without blowing something up.
Yeah, and attracting unwanted attention, as you might imagine. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure.
Me está preguntando si han grabado explosiones reales para luego poder meter esos sonidos en el juego. Y dice que realmente que es una cosa increíble. Bromeaba el Lando, ¿no? Diciendo que bueno, pues que también pues tiene sus peligros, evidentemente.
Sure, we'd love to do an explosion session, but it's a difficult thing to record for sure. And there's people that are really good at recording them, and we prefer to buy their recordings than do it ourselves. And
Dice que además es una cosa difícil de grabar y que hay gente que se dedica a eso, que es buena en eso, buena mejor que ellos en ese campo, ¿no? Están más preparados y que prefieren comprar ese material.
Who knows what would happen.
Besides the sound that we're working on right now, is there a sound effect you've made that you are most proud of?
¿Hay algún sonido del que te sientas más orgulloso?
I don't know, actually. I'm actually quite proud of the sound of that original bearing pistol. I think that sounds quite cool. I'm quite proud of this railgun sound as well. The original, not
the original.
Not our
the
new.
original one's really cool.
Dice que está bastante orgulloso del cómo suena la Bering, o la S38.
Version, yeah.
Like we're just really not doing it justice right now.
No, we are
the
destroying it.
Original one is super cool. All right. Has there been any work on the sound of sand hitting the building at outposts like on Daymar?
¿Ha habido algún trabajo en la arena golpeando los outposts en Daymar?
That's a very specific question. That's an incredibly specific question.
Yeah, I think actually, I actually don't really work on that aspect of things, but I believe there has been. Yeah, I think some work went into kind of hearing environmental things like wind and sand and other things that will be in the game.
Dice dice que sí, que cree que se ha trabajado en temas de arena y viento y otras cosas relacionadas con el entorno en el juego, en cuanto a sonido, claro.
Possibly in the future, impacting on the outside of outposts. Yeah, I think
Claro,
some work has gone into that for sure.
que en el futuro de seguro ese trabajo se está realizando en cuanto a colisión de lo que es los efectos del medio ambiente o lo que sea en la colisión con edificios, outposts y demás.
All right, so we are back in now. We are at the end. This is what we've been building towards here.
Yes. Let me just type in these words. Okay.
Buenas,
Have
Zaer.
a look. We picked up our gun, and moment of truth. There it is. Shall we just do that one more time? Just
That one more time.
make it a little bit louder, just so we can get the.
Dice que lo va a hacer una vez más y que le va a meter un poco más de volumen a alguno de los efectos. Ahí está.
There it is.
Yogurt gun.
Yeah.
El arma de yogur.
Rail.
Yeah.
I still don't understand how that's yogurt, but all right, we're gonna go with it. Barney, if this is the last time I see you, it was good doing the show with
Thank you. It's been a lot.
I'm gonna go back to my desk and see if there isn't an email from the powers that be. It's not the first thing I've had to explain to Chris. Hopefully it won't be the last. For those you watching at home, thank you for joining us on this week's Star Citizen Live, making sound effects worse. I'm your host. I'm your host, Jared Huckabee. It's Friday. This is my last day in the UK. I'll be back in the UK. I'll be back.
Para aquellos que apoyáis siempre, gracias por hacer que este rollo saque el tema de audio sea peor y todo eso, porque en plan risas lo dice. Y dice que que volverá de Reino Unido a USA en algún momento, porque parece ser que está en Reino Unido ahora el dando.
In the US studios next week. Of course, Inside Star Citizen is still on hiatus. That will return on July 25th, back with all kinds of Star Citizen developer goodness. That's what we've been doing here the last 2 weeks.
Dicen que el Inside Star Citizen volverá el 25 de este mes y que vendrá con cosillas interesantes que han estado grabando de los rayadores y esas cosas.
Filming all kinds of cool segments and stuff like that. Yeah, so that's Barney with the UK audio team. I'm Jared. We'll see you next week, everybody. Take care.
¡Yeah! Otro Star Citizen Live, chavales. Pues gracias un montón por el pedazo de apoyo que me dais y espero que os haya gustado. Cuando lo que decías con respecto a los directos, Roy Roger, resulta que no voy a poder grabar porque me tengo que marchar ahora mismo de viaje y volveré el lunes. El lunes el lunes o el domingo a la noche, no lo sé, pero ahí sí que haremos gameplay. Aparte de eso, que ha salido un parche nuevo y yo espero que ojalá, yo diría que para el viernes puede que estemos en el live, ¿vale? Para el viernes puede que estemos en el live. Gracias a ti, Madilos, por el apoyo, tío. Y nada, chicos, un placer y sois la hostia. Hasta luego.